My name's Joseph W. Brady, and I'm the president of the Bradco Companies, the longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm servicing the high desert region, which we now are referring to as Mojave River Valley. In 2002, I had the great opportunity of working with Malcolm Riley, who is the president and chairman of Malcolm Riley Associates, the first developer of the developer of the first 9 Walmarts in California, chairman of the International Council of Shopping Centers in 1991, and the developer of nearly 10 million feet of retail space over his 50-year career. Most notably in the high desert region, Mal developed the Kmart Center down in Hesperia and the Jess Ranch project in Apple Valley. Mal probably developed half of the retail projects in the Antelope Valley in the cities of Palmdale and Lancaster with his prior partner, Art Perlman. When Mal approached me about taking a look at opportunities in Barstow in 2002, we immediately looked at a property that was at a brand new interchange at Avenue L and Interstate 15. That interchange had just been completed. It was a former flyover entry into Main Street. I showed the property to Mal, and we quickly found out it was owned by the State of California State Lands Commission in trust for the teachers' pension program. We made contact with the state and started to work with a gentleman who's really become a friend by the name of Jim Porter. And Jim explained to me nicely that how the property was held in trust, that it could never really be sold, and that ultimately it could be land leased. And Mal and I determined, Mal really more particularly as the lead developer, I was the broker at the time, that the only way that this property could really be developed would be a very long land lease of probably 69 plus years to be able to allow retailers to do the deal. Long story short, years went by. The state ended up selling roughly 12 acres to Home Depot, and Home Depot built a very nice store, not one of their typical 175,000 square foot store, but a store closer to about 125,000 feet, which now does about $2 million a month in the Barstow region. We believe that the greatest piece of property for any type of mixed use and retail development within the entire Barstow region. And we think now, based on the somewhat build out of Main Street in Hesperia and Bear Valley Road and in Victorville and Roy Rogers Drive and Mojave Drive, etc., it's really the next premier mixed use retail project. And I'm pleased to talk to you about it. As you take a look at the 112.4 acre mixed-use retail project that is fully entitled, you're looking at it from Barstow looking back towards Victorville. This shot right here shows the property from really the south to the north. This site right here shows the Home Depot and the parking lot across the street on Avenue L right there that is owned by the State of California Department of Transportation, and that will have to be moved eventually. That's part of our major retail. Along Interstate 15, we have 87,000 cars a day, 19 million cars really a year, and nearly 60 million eyeballs that take a look at this site. So we're real proud of not only the work that Caltrans did, under the supervision of the city of Barstow and its consulting engineer, Brad Merrill, of Merrill Johnson Engineering, but just how well the site was ultimately laid out. When the interchange was redone nearly 15 years ago, this property that we're standing on, so really what I'd call the south side of Avenue L, and the way the interchange is now configured, was owned by the State of California State Lands Commission. It was a property that really has 3 parcels with it: the 12 acres that Home Depot ultimately bought, and the 6.5 acres that's in front that we control through Barstow Spanish Trails LLC, and the 13.07 acres that's on the side of the driveway. So this was really a major draw, not only to, I think, the project, because the project at the time was not envisioned. This was really the project that I think that kicked off the ultimate development here for Avenue L. And then ultimately, over a period of time, we got the entitlements through the city of Barstow for the Shops at Spanish Trail, which this is a part of, but they're also separate from. The parcel in front of Home Depot is roughly 6.48 acres based on its current configuration, and the parcel just to the side of the driveway is 13.07. After you see the ridge line of the 13.07, the piece just to the what I'd call the north right there is a 14-acre truck stop, former truck stop, owned by a gentleman in Huntington Beach by the name of Cal Tabaugh. Cal's not only the owner there, he's really become a friend in all the years that we've known him. And Cal eventually wants to do something and participate in a joint venture. Next to Cal, along Main Street right there, is a little 3.3-acre piece that's owned by a longtime friend, developer out of Glendale, used to be a major developer out of Florida by the name of John Holden. So here we can see the entry in and out of Home Depot. That road will be extended across the street. A company like Home Depot validates a piece of property as well, if not better than anybody. So while some people might say, Joe, you and Mal are really smart by doing this, Home Depot got here before us, and I think they're a little bit smarter than we are. So, looking back at Interstate 15, I mean, there's just no way to miss this site. It has great visibility, great access, and most importantly, all the utilities are stubbed for the 6.48 acres, the 13.07 acres, and we have some capacity based on what we believe from our civil engineering firm with DRC, with some capacity for the property across the street. We do know that we'll need to bring in additional sewer from down on Main Street behind the AM/PM market, which will help develop that 30.83 acre site where the Caltrans parking lot is. The significant portion, the significant part of that side of L Street is all in the Opportunity Zone, which fell into the 2017 Tax Act that was implemented by President Trump. You'll see some other parts of what we would eventually look at as part 3 of the project. A couple of those homes would be a part of that would be eventually acquired if those people want to sell. If they don't, then we would develop around it. This is a 10-year project, and we knew going in that it would be a 10-year project, and we still believe that it'll be a 10-year project. It's really the next premier mixed-use retail project. We believe that the greatest piece of property for any type of mixed-use and retail development within the entire Barstow region.